Hello and welcome back to the channel. My name is Krashy, and today we're going to be doing a bit of a Season 2 wish list for Pokemon Unite. So if you guys don't know, if you actually go on to the ranked page, it will show you that there is a timer for the end of the season, and as well as the Battle Pass page. But there's a little bit of confusion, and we were actually talking about it on stream last night. At one point we were on like the halfway point, or we were ending the first half of the Battle Pass, and then when we came back with the new patch, it said Season 2 of the Battle Pass, but ranked still says Season 1. So I'm gonna be honest, I kind of think that it's just a like a typo. Like, I don't know, maybe that's crazy, but I do think that we're supposed to just still be in full Season 1, and then as we roll into the new season, that will be the official kind of like kicking off point of Season 2. But that said, I wanted to write down 5 things. I have a nice little 6th thing on the list as well, but this is going to be my top 5 wish list for, you know, just future patches, future changes, but mostly just because we're framing it around the new season. So number 1 on the list, and undeniably is the most important thing in the entire world to me when it comes to Pokemon Unite, is ranked / matchmaking changes. Now, I think that this is no surprise to most of y'all, especially if you watch me, you know, pretty regularly, or if you watch the streams at all. I'm not a fan of the ranked mode. I'm not a fan of how matchmaking works, and, you know, to TLDR it without taking up your whole time on what could be another full video, I essentially think that the ranked mode in this game is incredibly poor. I think that the system prioritizes you know, just anybody being able to play with anybody. The system prioritizes fast matchmaking over, you know, like competitive integrity type games, or, you know, just like making good skillful matches. And I think that the long story short is that, you know, ranking up in Pokemon Unite is incredibly too easy. I've been able to get 4 accounts myself to Masters. One I did completely free to play, completely solo, and I was doing nothing but troll picking and playing like attack damage Gardevoir and tank items on Talonflame, and it just, to me, it just feels like the entirety of the rank system is just kind of a joke. Like, it's kind of silly, doesn't really feel like a ranked mode at all. It just kind of feels like standard with some points and some ranks attached to it. So yeah, I think, you know, tighten the matchmaking, you know, get rid of bot matches, you know, improve or really just changed how much effort it takes to get from, you know, the bottom of the ranks to the higher parts of the ranks, make it a little bit harder. And really another big point to like ranked matchmaking changes is to separate solo and duo queue from like 5-stack queues, like 2 separate team queues, or just having like it hard lock the matchmaking for 5-stacking, where if you do queue 5-stack, it will never put you against anything other than 5 stacks. And guess what? If there's no teams, then you get no game. So I don't know, stuff like that would definitely help out quite a bit. All right, number 2 on the list is going to be balance changes. So this is just, you know, in general, we always want to see balance changes. We love to see the consistent flow of content and changes to, you know, our favorite free-to-play games. Free-to-play live service games are, you know, they're really important in terms of updating, and you know, that's how you kind of keep them going. So some of my notes are, you know, buffs to all-rounders. Obviously, we need nerfs to Greedent and Lucario, and then just like various buffs, nerfs, and then on my list I have held items. Now, this is an important one for me because I could sit here and talk about all the kinds of buffs and things I want to see. Like I said, specifically nerfs for like Greedent and Lucario, and then all kinds of various buffs, Garchomp, Gengar, you know, different Pokemon, Gardevoir's early game, potential early game changes for all-rounders, or, you know, just changes to jungle potentially. That gets into too many opinions that I don't want to talk about right now. But held items, we've never had held item balance changes. And a part of me is thinking that, you know, with a new season and going forward with Pokemon Unite, what's going to end up happening is we're going to get a lot more information, not just about what they're going to change, but how they like to change things and what the philosophy from Timmy Studios is behind running this game. So, you know, right now we're at this kind of point where it's like, are they ever going to change held items, or are they never going to change held items? And I think that we will know some of that, you know, those answers to these questions in time. Because if we go into a new season and they don't change held items at all, if we just continue to never see held item changes, well, then I guess it's the philosophy that they, you know, they put out an item, the item's either good, the item's either bad, it is what it is, right? I personally am not a huge fan of that, so I would love to see held item changes and buffs and nerfs. I think that, you know, like I said, live service games live and die by their updates. And a way of adding content to the game is by making changes. It doesn't necessarily add content in that sense, but it does create change, which creates opportunity for players, people like myself who make content to test things out, to find out new interesting things, and then to present it and mess around with it. So it's really, really fun. So would love to see that. Number 3 on my list is going to be a Pokemon mastery system. Now this, at its core is something simple, right? You build some kind of set of goals, achievements, various things that you have to achieve for different Pokemon, and then you unlock things for them. The big one is shiny Hollowware. I think that would be really, really cool for a Pokemon mastery system. Now look, I'm not super creative all the time. I'm not going to pretend like I have what all the achievements or the rewards and things should be, but simple things, right? Like create a border for my profile trainer that's Pokemon themed, right? Like a Garchomp border for, doing XYZ. Give me a Hollowware for the shiny. Give me a sticker to put on my profile. Give me all these like little bitty things, maybe like an outfit piece, right? Like just one little outfit piece that shows that, oh, that person's, like a master Garchomp player or something like that. Building in free-to-play rewards is another form of player retention, and the more that you can have us chasing after, the more we're going to want to play the game, and the more we're going to work at some of these rewards, which should be a viable strategy for a free-to-play developer if they can strike that balance between working on that kind of content and putting it out in the game for free technically, but also getting a return in terms of player time. So hopefully that makes sense. Number 4 on my list is just new content. I want to see, and again, this is obviously all going to drop at once, but I want to see new maps. I want to see new items. I want to see new Pokemon enter the game. Obviously, we know new Pokemon will enter the game. We got 3 new items. I love that. I'm curious to see what their pacing on releasing content like that is. I'm not going to lie. When we got the new items, I was not expecting them. I didn't think they were going to put items in that fast because item changes like that or just adding in items really does shake up the meta. So it's a lot of fun, but new maps. This is another one of those questions that we have to have answered about the philosophy of Timmy Studios running Pokemon Unite. Are they going to keep the kind of League of Legends style of MOBA development where they have one ranked map and it is always the one map, or do they want to lean into the Heroes of the Storm style where they come out with multiple maps and they put it into the ranked pool? For me personally, I'm fine with either. I played a ton of League of Legends and just other MOBAs that stick to one map, and then I played a ton of Heroes of the Storm where there's literally multiple maps. When you press the Q button on ranked, it just throws you in a map and you have to know how to play it, and that kind of increases the skill ceiling. It shakes up the meta because certain characters are good at certain maps. If the maps are designed well, then it's just another fun map to play. It's more content. It's more to understand and learn about the game. It's a lot of fun having multiple maps in a competitive scenario. So we'll see what they decide to go with, but in general, new content, new Pokemon, new items. I love it all, right? Like I said, they live and die by their updates, and that's something I want to see updated. So 5th on the list, and then we'll go into the special 6th thing, which is nothing special, but I do want to talk about it. Number 5 on the list is going to be ranked rewards. I want new ranked rewards. I want better ranked rewards. I got to be honest, especially just with how this game has been going, the ranked mode already doesn't have enough incentives. There's no reason to grind leaderboard. There's no real reason to play ranked almost at all outside of hitting masters. And when you do hit masters at the end of the season, we are going to get 20,000 tickets as a reward. Well, 20,000 tickets is basically nothing. I'm going to be completely honest. It's basically nothing. You can get some enhancers. Maybe you can get some Hollowware or, some items or whatever, but it's just not that impressive. I want prestigious rewards. This goes into like a Pokemon mastery system kind of deal, but for ranked. I want rewards that go on my profile. I want a unique trainer outfit for hitting masters. They give us the expert outfit or whatever, but that's not that special. I'm going to be honest. I don't really care about it. But I want like a cool title that goes on my profile card. I want a rank 1 or like a master border for season 1 that can never come back, or I want prestigious rewards, cool stickers, things like that, things that make it feel like the grind and trying to push is worth it. And then if they develop it properly, again, that should lead into player retention and just the feeling of wanting to get on the game and grind for something, because that's what a lot of the game is missing to me personally. I would love to hear your thoughts, so drop me a comment. Let me know if you kind of agree, needing something to just grind for. All right, last but not least, the 6th little add-in point, because I couldn't think of what else I would add, but this one was on my mind, so I ended up adding something else in its place. But number 6 is going to be controller support for mobile. Listen, this is a real specific one because it's a real specific circumstance. I want to play the game on my PC with a mobile emulator, but I want to play on controller because I'm not trying to play the game on PC with mouse and keyboard and feel like I'm cheating, because I'm just not interested in that. I love playing the game on controller, but the Switch is just not the device for me. I mean, that said, or I could obviously get a mobile device and set up a mobile device. That's what I was gonna do when mobile came out, but there was no controller support for the game. There is no controller support for the game, so I don't have any interest in actually playing mobile, but I do have interest in having higher performance for my game and having the better field of view, a much better field of view. If you haven't seen it, the mobile like perspective with a widescreen is pretty crazy. So I would love to see controller support hit the game, because I could do a lot with the game. Yeah, the UI would be different, and I probably wouldn't be a huge fan of the mobile UI, but you know, performance is kind of king for me when it comes to competitive games. So friends, as always, drop a comment in the comment section down below. Let me know what what's your wish list. You know, if you agree with some of these, if you want to add on to some of the points that I made. I always feel like I do lists like this and then I forget what I want to say, and like I forget like the better options to put on there, but I would love to hear from you. So as always, friends, be sure to be kind to one another, tell someone that you love them, and I'll see you on the next video.